Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Cage of Shadows and episode 2 of Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong. Well, I'm going to have a quick think about the opening of this that we have in episode 1. If you haven't seen it, jump back, I'm just going to talk about this for a few minutes. What do I think of it? It's, interesting opening. I must admit my biggest gripe, and this is a completely personal narrative gripe, is I hate playing the rookie Shadowrunner. You know, I even took out to get Shadowrunners. And I hate playing the, oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh, I don't know how Shadowrunning really works. I'm sure probably 75-80% of the people playing Shadowrun Hong Kong are probably familiar with Shadowrun. Tabletop, previous games. Most of your player base are not rookie runners. They know the way of things. They know the deal. So having to play the rookie runner, oh, okay, I don't know how this works, and it's just, boom, shoot me now. We had that in Dead Man's Switch, the very first installment of the Harebrained Skin Shadowrun set of games. You know, that's pretty good because it gets, you know, get that new fan base rolling. But this is installment number 3 now. It's like, let's not play, and you're even a criminal, but you're not a Shadowrunner. So you're not even one of the cool criminals. You're the lame guys that get stuck in prison and get stuck with a criminal sin and just slum it. And yet I'm an awesome gunslinger and I'm an awesome decker, but no, I'm not a Shadowrunner. I am just a crappy criminal. And my brother's a cop. So they've gone for the sort of, I'm a cop, I'm a criminal, he's a cop, but they haven't given me that I'm a cool criminal. I'm just a scummy criminal, and we don't even know what for at the moment. So that's kind of disappointing. Other narrative, other thing is, moving on from that, I did actually read Rock Paper Shotgun this evening before I could actually get this to download, and it did say it's quite verbose, perhaps too much. And I must admit that opening escape sequence, we may not have finished it quite, but the opening escape sequence was very wordy, very wordy, and the combats were, I'm not a great fan of long distance combat in this game generally, maybe because I like pistols so much. But magic doesn't function at range. Pistols, you're sort of down to rifles, and I'm not a great fan of them. No style in them. So I'm not sure. Definitely the interface is pretty slicker. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what I think on this the character sheet now. I kind of miss being able to see it all in one go. I'll probably get used to it, and you know, I won't think twice about it. But yeah, I kind of miss being able to. I'm going to put dodge up by 1. Kind of miss being able to see it all. I suppose I can see it all at once there though, so not sure. You know, that's just a change, and that's just getting accustomed to a new change. I'm just griping for the sake of griping, aren't I? This is all nice, and the new models are not bad. And you can move stuff around. That's pretty sweet. You know, the new cyberware. I'm looking. You know, I'm playing a gunslinger, a decker gunslinger, so cyberware, we're going to try and put some more cyberware in. We didn't get much chance in Mercurial, so we're going to see how that goes. But okay, so that's my first impressions after episode 1. You know, I went and made myself a cup of tea. I've had a walk around the shops to get some sugar, and now I'm rolling on, same evening, 10 minutes later, episode 2. Obviously I'll hit YouTube a little later because I've only got the single PC that I game and render on, so it does limit me a little bit, but anyway. Let's crack on to get out of here. I do like sewer. Oh, there you go. That was easy, wasn't it? I do like sewers. In Shadowrun, it's equivalent of a dungeon, I guess, a bit D&D style. So I think it's always a good thing, traipsing down to the sewers to try and get in or get out. Do you want to lead us into subways? Yeah, subways. Yeah. I like the underground. Sorry, this is my sugar. Sinless. You scramble up the ladder and through an access way where the sewer system spits you out into Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway Systems, the MTR. Crossing the rails, you climb up to the platform and into the station. Above you is Hio, When the rat shaman and the little Decker plan to plead your case to kindly Chang, the one woman they know who can help you get underground and off the grid fast, but there will be a price. Chang is a triad boss whose favours tend to come with strings attached. Hey! The sounds of the waterfront at night leak down from the stairway to the surface. Peering up the steps, you can catch a glimpse of the night sky, overcast and low. So is this the hub area then? Right. The sewers deposit you into a series of linked mechanical accessways that eventually link to a system of railway tunnels. Goblet leads you through the 5 or 6 magnetically sealed doors and across several sets of electrified tracks until she indicates you've reached your destination. I've just read that. Why are you telling me this again? She holds up a hand, indicates the surrounding. This is the MTR station for Heel. Once you go up those stairs, you'll be in our neighbourhood. Kindly Chen runs her operation out of a mahjong parlour there called Swift Winds. Wu rips off his goggles. There's an APB out on it. How do you expect us to get to this Swift Winds place without taking a bullet? Hio is well known as a protected area. Kindly Chen sees to that. It's the Shadows community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketers, you get the idea. Cops tend to give the place a wide berth. Isabel gives a shallow nod. Her gaze remains planted on the floor. Police cameras don't last long here. Beneath the smog and the cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drone surveillance either. The Hong Kong police force won't find you, not if you follow our lead. Goblet widens her stance, puts her hands on her hips. Now, here's how this is going to work. You can't get an audience with Cheng until we secure you an invitation. So me and Iz will go ahead and pay our respects. Then we'll request that she sees you, politely. And how do we get that? Right. We'll kiss her ass until it shines. Isabel sighs, that's about the size of it. Goblet holds up a hand. One more thing. Kindly Chen is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop. Whatever you do not disrespect her. Got it. Her hand drops, she nods to the three of you. That's it. We'll just go ahead and smooth the way. Just gives a few minutes head start and don't talk to anyone. One of the locals recognise us from the broadcasts. Call the cops. Goblet smirks and shakes her head. No one in Hio calls cops. Doing that around here is a quick way to get dead. Thanks for the help. She squints at you, confused. We're helping ourselves as much as we're helping you, Seattle. We need your sin burned as badly as you do, and we need to figure out a way to get out of this ship, or we're all dead. Plus, we could use the muscle right now. Her voice turns sheepish. Just saying. She quickly turns away. See you at the mahjong parlour. Okay. Right. The Shadowrunner's footsteps quickly fall away, and you're alone with Wu. You grunt something unintelligible and begins panther stalking back and forth again. Boot prints of sewer water and muck, marking his path on the subway platform behind him. Minutes pass. Wu stops his pacing and runs both hands over his face. Groaning a sound of anxiety and disgust, it dissipates and he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's a laugh that comes from deep down, from a place where fear and frustration and impotence swirl. But the barrier holds. Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Ugh. Oh my god, Alex. An aftershock of laughter shudders through him. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell are we doing here? How did we get into this? He drops his hand and turns to you, shaking his head in this, but I think I'm going to lose it. Do what you got to do, but make it fast. He glares at you. Make it fast. What? Carter is dead, Alex. They fucking ended her. He puts his hand to his forehead. I don't know what I'm going to do now. What are you talking about? You crawled out of the worst places before you met her. He allows his head to loll to the side, whispers, maybe, but that was a long time ago, sighs, and I had Raymond then. Seems like you've grown a lot since then. You still need Raymond? That triggers him. Of course I still need Raymond, Alex. He's my father, don't you get it? Did you ever get it? Look at what he did for me, did for us. Think of everything he taught us. It's George's fault. You want me to forget that? Huh. I never said you forget your father, Duncan. That's, no. I don't want you to forget that. He nods hard. Good, because I won't. I'm not going to forget Raymond or the house or the academy or Carter. He stops himself there. Lets out a laugh. It's not the good kind of laugh. Head rolls back on his neck and he speaks to Ceiling amused. But I'll tell you something. I might as well forget it all now. Throw it all down the memory hole and bury it deep. You know why? Because we're going to burn our sins, Alex. Jesus Christ, you know what that means? When we do that, we're dead. To all the world, we're dead. We're wiped clean. He counts up on his fingers. Raymond, the house we grew up in, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. He waves his hand, brushes it all away. We will be nobody. Enough with the drama, Woo. Put your big boy pants on and help me find a way out of this. We're street kids, Duncan. Get used. We used to be nobody. Just chill. See, why the fuck aren't I a runner with that sort of background? Chill. Who the fuck are you telling me to chill after what happened? And you aren't losing what I'm about to lose either. Our paths went in different directions a long time ago. Who's next comes forward, his lower jaw thrust out ahead of him. You left me behind, goddammit. You left me behind. You left me behind. Memories flashback. Suddenly you're back 8 years ago on the street outside Raymond's house, just you and you in the middle of the night. Oh god. Flashback. You can't leave like this. Alex, what are you going to say to Raymond? You know how he is. Sorry man, gotta go. Seriously, that's it? Why is so important you have to run out now in the middle of the night without even telling Raymond why? He's distraught. You can see it on his face, hear it in his voice. He used to be lost without you. Some people mess with me and I don't intend on letting them get away. Ah. Okay, so this is all truth, brackets and truth. So it looks like you get to forge your own backstory a bit. That's nice. That's good. So do the job. Vendetta. Deals. Helping out a friend. Or mysterious silence. Shall we do the mysterious silence route? Shall we play a trenchcoat McNinja? I'm worried that won't be very interesting though. So don't do that. I'm a decker, so I've got some sort of subtlety. It's a job. His eyes widen. A job too good to pass up? I thought we left all that shit behind, Alex. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I'll do that when I get back. It won't be gone long. 2-3 days tops. Raymond doesn't approve of anything but the life of a wage slave. See you in a couple of days. Nah. I know. Why do you think I'm sneaking out? Be back before the weekend. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought out some other corporation and the new board of directors pushed through some of the reform agenda and the higher-ups gave an order. And then you were out with a few hundred million to your name and one scary as hell non-disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Interesting. I like that touch. Not matter to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined, until Raymond tracked you down, left you that voice, brought you to Hong Kong, and back together with Duncan. That's a lot of... Oh, so I've been in prison this entire time, basically. Just got out. Oh, great. I'm a incompetent criminal. Yay. You realize that Wu's been staring at you. Now let's hear it. Why the hell have you been all this time? You didn't contact me. At least tell me where you were alive. I want you, Duncan. Kind of. There you go. I want no shit. He squints at you. Fool like, oh fuck, I had no idea. Range of emotions plays across the boot's face. He stares at the ground for some time before finally looking up at you with a heavy sigh. Wow, I really don't know how to process that one right now. He shakes his head. I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. The shit is too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops, my partner is dead, Raymond is missing, and we're about to see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could so they didn't have to deal with this. He rubs his head viciously. Listen, Alex, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of Korea, you just handled the situation, remember? With Carter gone, I'm just a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm going to slip back, and people are going to start getting hurt again. I got the lead, Duncan, just like I used to. He stares at your hand like he's trying to see something inside your head. Then he checks his weapon, cocks and locks. Back to business. Good. Now let's go meet this triad woman and get our damned sins burnt. I want to rip off the bandage as fast as I can. Great. So my brother's a bloody hot wire that will go boom if I don't keep him under wraps. Nice. Right. I like this little this new scenery. I must admit. Okay. Hio, a makeshift boat city latched onto the Kai Tak riverfront like a parasite. Behind you, a massive snarl of dark and derelict high-rises dominates the horizon, the walled city. But I don't see a mahjong parlour. Must admit, talking a lot, reading this, it does really hammer the voice. Right, we shouldn't talk to anybody though. And I'm inclined to agree at the moment. And they could have given me directions though. Mahjong parlour. The Swift Springs Mahjong parlour, filled with stink of cigarette smoke, in the incessant click-clack of mahjong piles, and the grim faces of hardened gamblers. Right. I was expecting them to come in and give me an invitation, but I guess I'm just going to go up. Come in, we have a lot to talk about. Okay. Cool. You can feel every eye in the room. Oh god. These descriptions are getting a little excessive, guys. You feel every eye in the room as you cross the mahjong parlour, the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-coloured tile tops, hands stray beneath tables, into jacket pockets, behind backs. Oh god. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanour of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is poured into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it, two shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn on a doll. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger at their bottoms. Goblet and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance as you approach. Chikani Cheng. Voice is nasal and rusty mean. Okay, I get the idea. My little pair of fuck-ups here tell me all about what happened on the docks. She dips her pinky into a shot glass, brings it to her mouth, removes it with a sharp smack. How two of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection. How you need to get your identities wiped before you get your heads put out. Do. Potentially leading the heat to my front door, placing me and everyone in my employee in danger. He fingers the rim of the glass. So wise, so very, very wise. Goblet. The young shaman's eyes never leave the floor. We're sorry, Auntie, we thought. Her black eyes flash. You mustn't speak until you're spoken to, Goblet, dear. Her smile turns mean. And since you are one short hair away from being dumped in the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Ouch. That's pretty harsh. Does that make sense to you, dear? Her treacle voice is back. Sweet, nasal, and grinding. Yes, Auntie. That was dark circles appear under Goblet's armpits. Before I flicked for it. Sorry, I didn't read that bit. Chang inclines the head gently. Very good. You learn so quickly. remains silent. She pours another drink. Her cheeks are rosy, almost flushed. Now, my darlings. Pardon me. I understand from the little rat shit here that you came from Seattle to meet my client, Mr. Black. Wu's jaws tightens at the word client. But before you could find him, the police force started splashing grey matter everywhere and everyone went to shit. And now you need your sins burned so you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Very good. Why don't we start with you telling me who you are? I have a street name. I don't think I do have that street name at the moment. And she needs my sin to erase it, so I guess I should use my real name. My name is Koban. And you have got a first name, Koban, a profession. I mean, do you want me to erase your identity, dear? Don't you, dear? I need to know who you are. Alex. I know... Blah, 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 blah. She rests her chin on her hand. I know the type. And how did you become someone who does what needs doing, Alex? Lie. No, I'm not going to lie to a feckin' triad woman. Picked up young, I've been in the cooler for a while. Wu's brow furrows and he shakes his head, still can't believe it. Connie Chang whips her head towards Wu, a nasty retort already on her lips, but then she stops. Sucks out her lower lip as if she sizes him up. She turns to her lieutenant standing behind her, nodding her approval. Looks like the gun show is in town. What's your name, gun show? Wu's focus remains straight ahead. Duncan Wu. I'm a cop. Lone Star. I hear there's some fresh corpses found on the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. Didn't sound like Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing, Duncan Wu? Wu's eyes remain fixed on a spot on the wall behind her. He smoulders. I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. It was self-defense. She plucks her lips at him, her voice sing-song. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. But now I know you're a life-taker, Mr. Gunshow. You and your friend here. She begins arranging mahjong tiles on the table in front of her, but now, I'm curious. Why were you meeting Raymond Black on the dock tonight? Raymond Black is our foster father. That makes her pause. Cheng lifts the bottle of swill and eyes the label, connecting the dots in her own head. Interesting. A look of disgust passed over her face. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like shit when I saw him. Eyes half open, dark circles around them, dragging his feet, the whole bit. She tisks in displeasure. Your foster daddy was in a better place. Sounds like he wasn't sleeping. Could be. From what he said, it sounded like he was having nightmares. He would stop in the middle of a sentence and mutter something to himself. One time it was about the walls breathing or something. Another time it was about teeth. Thousands of teeth. I remember him drifting off near the end of our meeting. It looked like he was off somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. Then Nightjar put his hand on Mr. Black's shoulder, asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so badly. That seemed to bring him back. When your old man opened his eyes, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something else I couldn't make out. She pours herself another shot, tosses it back and rubs her belly. Your daddy got really irritated after a while. I can imagine. She grabs a long, slim cigar from a pack on the mahjong table, lights it. Alright, let's get to it. She exhales, smokes, and points two fingers at you and Wu. You two need your sins burned, and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armed personnel carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing. And they aren't coming to arrest you. She folds her arms across her chest. The thin cigar bobs in her mouth as she speaks. The good news is, I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. But you need to understand, my darlings, is that you're asking me for not as a simple request. Burning the sin isn't just deleting a number. It's wiping all references to that number from all of the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshots in their facial recognition database so the first camera you walk past doesn't bring you down like a ton of bricks. It's covering our fucking tracks so that the act of burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. Smoke rolls out of the triad boss's nose. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need to make a choice. She takes another drag on her cigar and gently places her palm flat on the table. Do I kill you and dispose your bodies before the cops come look for you, or do I help you burn your sins? Hey, Shadowrun, you may want to think about your rep as a fixer. 2 of your runners were taken down by cops and you have no idea why. Ooh, that's a bit bitchy, but I'm going to take it. Cheng rests her chin on her hand again and smiles at you. So clever. So clever. Her chin stays on her hand, but her eyes look past you, surveying the Yellow Lotus soldiers in the room. Yes, I have been placed in a delicate situation, haven't I? Regardless, the situation, whether you're alive or regardless, that's the situation, whether you're alive or stuck in dirt. She says you for a long moment, chin still on her hand, thinking, taps her ash on the floor without taking her eyes off you. A low, reluctant growl rumbles somewhere deep in her throat. You live. You're clever, and I like that. I've put your sins to the torch. However, I need to call in several valuable favours within my network to do it, and those favours do not come cheap. You will owe me. What do you want us to do? I want you to deliver a message for me to a business associate in the walled city. The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside, Alex. Isabel can tell you all about it, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the walled city. Isabel's eyes remained lowered. They collect taxes for the corporations, extort protection money from shopkeepers, run drugs, guns, people. They hurt people. We do those things, yes. But to be fair, we also operate the walled city's black market. You might not be alive today if it weren't for the lifeline that we provide. Isabel clams up tight. Cheng picks up a mahjong tile and turns it with her fingers. There is a red pole, a sort of enforcer, yes? On the inside, his name is Strangler Bao. Bo is a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. Want us to make an example of him? Did I say I wanted to make an example of him? No, I want you to deliver a message. She tosses you a memory stick. Bring this to him in my name, and remember that Bo's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. Killing them would be a waste of resources. I have no use for dead soldiers. She turns to Goblet and Isabel. One of you will go with these 2 Westerners to the walled city, help them locate Bo and show them the ropes. The other will remain here with me. I have several menial and degrading tasks that need doing around the establishment. No matter who goes and who stays, you'll both pay for bringing APB to my doorstep. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now, I'm going to find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and do some dentistry on him with power tools. She closed her eyes and smiled for pleasure. That boy was my favourite. He sang to me sometimes. She opens her eyes again and sneers. That other one I don't care about. Gunshot was an asshole. She turns away and waves you off with the back of her hand. That'll be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. Leave. Enter the walled city. Deliver a message. I'm not going to talk to her again. Because she's scary! Right, I've got 8 karma. Boom. Deccan's going to go up to 4. Int. Deccan. I don't do drones, and I don't do espers. Body 4, quickness 4. I don't do dodge too much. I really want chain shot. Because chain shot's awesome. I don't want any more. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Right. Should we talk to some people now? As we're kind of not going to die, I don't think. Just off the docks, you spot a sea worn man with a smile that's almost too wide for his head. His teeth shine white against the thick black brush of his beard. His clothes are a myriad of colours, patterns and fabric. A smattering of culture is draped across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, the extent of his travels. You see something you like. His voice is coarse like seal wool on eardrums. Where's a mugshot of him? Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything's on sale, won't find price like these. See what he's selling. Do I have... Oh, I've got some Deccan programs. I have Erosion and Medic. Oh well, don't you suck. That sucks. Tech. The insulation on these heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crackle occasionally as stray drips. Just seeing if there's any other merchants. Doesn't bode well, does it? The original name has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold strokes and read bolt hole. Wow, that's subtle, guys. That's not great either. I can see the water. Is it meant to be like that? Probably. And what the hell? That looks very strange. Oh, they've got animated characters that sit now, but that's clipping a bit. Who are you? Frederick Kai Fei. That's close enough, friend. The club is members and invites only. I suggest you just move along. There's a cat on his shoulder. That's the second image with a cat. That's great, because the stuff I'm working on is to do with cat, the spirit, the mentor spirit. That's awesome. Convenient, even. A massive steel security door is set into a bunker-like concrete wall. That doesn't look like a bunker concrete wall. There is no sign or identification. A battered intercom is raised in a cage of welded steel and armoured glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. Yeah. No idea. So that's another subway system. Subway systems are always good to move around, and that's not good. Triad guard. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures to his head. Auntie Chen said you be coming, you can pass. Choosing your team. When members of your team become incapacitated on a mission, they're automatically extracted from emergency medcare, patched up and ready for next action. Avoid loss of fire by always carrying some dot wagon. Alright. Yep, I want the mage. Skills. Really? Okay. So, intelligence 6 and decking 3. That's pretty chunky. Has he got any cyber? Not really. No, confirm. Okay, let's go to the walled city. Kowloon. Or, sorry if I'm butchering that, by the way. City of Darkness. Kowloon, walled city. The most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in empty wells, trash lies piles on roofs for controlled burns, improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, meta-human trafficking and everything in between. The only law is triad law, and now you need to enter this septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bow, and deliver a message from Kindly Chang. Cannot remove outfits. Oh, so that's what's on me. Okay, so it looks like you've got a bit more control over it. I guess these are spares. Team. Outfits. And spells. Oh, and you can have a look at your character. That's what Cage looks like. Meh. Confirm. Huh. Come on. Okay, foul. Oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill on the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognisable sewage. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambience. At your arrival, breaking glass, the crackling hiss of garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot, sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set foot in this place? You got me. As I said, the walled city is the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere, maybe in the world. A rat pokes its head out of the fold of her clothing. Squeals softly, she reaches a hand to comfort it. There's something wrong with this place. It isn't just a slum, it feels poisonous somehow. On the astral level, it churns my stomach to even be near it. Great. Toxic spirits. We nods in agreement. Okay, you were right. This isn't the Barrens. It feels, I don't know, thicker. He looks like Googles, but it's goggles the place. Which way? The Lotus Den. That's where Bay calls his little corner of hell. I don't know where it is offhand, but I have a way of finding things. There's a flurry of motion at the hip, and a second pair of beady eyes appears. Goblet shifts a hand, rights the other, stroking each in turn. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. You can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kylie doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if we really wanted to, technically. Bo is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Chen happy than piss her off again. We may need Connie Chen, but she doesn't own us. The group's safety is my big concern. We don't need to risk our necks. Okay, that'll be up to them. They don't try and kill us. We don't dust them. Got it. Let's get this done. Right, so it seems like they've put in non-combat options, which is interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not a charisma character, so I don't know how far that's going to go. See, as a deck, I'm a gunslinger. I really like shooting people. One of my problems is I find these games very difficult to replay. Simply because it's all about the story for me. And once you've gone through it once, it loses a lot of the appeal to go through it again. I have a stupidly good memory for random stuff like TV shows, films, games. So I don't reread, I don't rewatch. Just my personality, I guess. But do I want to put some points in charisma? Is the question. We attempt to get a second, what's it called? Etiquette, actually, to get streets or gang or something like that. What? Oh, we can't actually look at. No. Oh, there's no way you can tell. Do I want to go for another etiquette to get another like street etiquette? Or do I just want to keep cracking on and be a badass gunslinger and decker? Ooh, I don't know, everybody. What do I do? I don't play shamans, by the way, so it's not like I'm... sod it. Come on, let's get that. I do like this. I saw this in screenshots. I like the idea of being on the rooftops. The only thing I'm disappointed is, I was hoping they would fix, but they haven't obviously, is that you can't put a painted background behind, so these huge black spaces, which just doesn't look good. I don't think. I think there should be something. this sort of place there wouldn't be any black space. There'd be, you know, you've got trail off the darkness maybe down here, I get that. But where's other buildings behind it or other stuff? Yeah. A merchant and something else. A putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. Oh dear. A bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of your approach. Clothing, I have good quality clothing. Anything interesting? Interesting here? No, nothing changes here. Nothing changes. She settles the weight with an audible humph. Strange Bo is the big man now. He is very important, very important. You know Bo? We'd love to meet him. Well, he requested a suit. It took only a day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. She spits. You see your friend Bo? You tell him that you still owe me my time. I don't sew for nothing. You can't eat air. We'll get right on that. She nods sagely. You see that you do. Now, what else do you want? Have heard anyone saying prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog listening to a noise. Prosperity? She stands at her head. I don't know what that means. Right. Oh look! Either a dead or sleeping body. I don't know which. Over here, help. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and splatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulders, you make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in the game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into a jacket pocket, but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her. The eyes remain fixed on you. You either. Who are you? I'm a student at HKU, Hong Kong University, I presume. She glances around watchfully over your shoulder at the building that loom above her into windows. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. What kind of research? Fieldwork. I've been taking readings and gathering stories for my master's thesis on Feng Shui in the Sixth World. What does Feng Shui have to do with Islam? Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of the homes to attune them. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. She glances around. With profound disgust. I think the negative Feng Shui of places like this affects people who live here. That it changes them in fundamental ways, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm trying to prove. Before the Awakening, people thought Feng Shui as a philosophical system. Now in the Sixth World, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong, as it is everywhere else. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's the only real because people believe it is. The important thing is, it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. So how's the Qi in this place? It's wrong, all wrong. The Feng Shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, look at this place. You can feel it, right? I thought something was wrong the minute I walked in here. Bad Qi, huh? Yeah, bad Feng Shui. Qi needs to flow or it goes sour. Positive Feng Shui allows that to happen. The woman closes her throat. She lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running well, I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into the hardcore data gathering mode. There's only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I would get out of it. She holds up a crumpled piece of paper. Please, follow the notes on this sheet. Duncan takes the paper from the abstract and examines it. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the Irish Feng Shui. Oh my god. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even a small adjustment can have a measurable impact on the Qi flow. If I'm right, it should improve and life here just gets a little bit better. No promises. Oh my god. I'm a hardened criminal, but not a Shadowrunner. I have an ex-cop, and I do have a Shadowrunner, and I'm about to do some Feng Shui in a slum. Okay, yeah, not the best. Sorry to say. I know I'm being mean, but see, I love this rooftop. The rooftop feel. It's great. Nice tall buildings. I see. This area works really well. This shot here, apart from this bit over here, the roof is not lit probably looks it, but that works really well. You can't. There's little bits of black, but you can't see much. And there's buildings, gives you vertical height. There's vertical drops. It's really interesting to look at. Can I really bring myself to do some fucking feng shui? Let's go and have another conversation. The street vendor gestures toward a jumbled pile of tarnished chains, costume jewelry and trinkets. Look at the beauty, it's very valuable. Show me what you're selling. Fetishes and sell off. Ever heard? Nope. That's not something that someone around here would say. Walk away. Yeah, you're freaky. Wires. Patch the worn out wire. A quick patch job with some nearby waste rubber leaves the wires safe once more. Aren't I a fucking saint? Alright, I'm just gonna quick save. Really? There's a teddy bear. That's an old prop, and you can see it looks out of place there, it does. The lightings are on it. Really? The market stall has been picked clean, its owner replaced by a pile of dry blood. Oh dear. Spiritual energy. Goblet comes up short. She gestures down a pile of filthy rags on the ground, a man's shirt encrusted with dry blood and grime. Hey, hold up. This cloth has a lot of negative energy coming off it. I think there's a spirit bound to it. What can you tell me about spirits? Sorry guys. Well, it's a ghost. Either that or a spirit of man that thinks it's a ghost. It's hard to be sure. She stares at the cloth. Whatever it is, it's upset. I can feel its anger and sorrow from here. That's all I can get from what it's hiding like this. I could coax it out of the cloth and talk to it if you want. Maybe it leads something. She shrugs. Or it could attack us and rip our souls. There's no way to tell it. Go ahead, Goblet. I want to hear what it's about to say. Sure thing. Just let me try to establish a connection. That's not good. The air above the bloody rag shimmers slowly, something close to a man-shaped coalescent to being. A soft voice echoes from deep inside. Whoa. What? The spirit peers at you through eyes as soft and undefined as poached eggs. Where am I? You've shed your body. You're a spirit now. Spirit. I am. It raises its hands to examine them, blank eyes. How? What's the last thing you remember? The last thing. The spirit searches the sky. I was pushed out of my shop, hunted through alleys. Bo and his men, I wouldn't pay them, wouldn't accept their protection. Proud, I was too proud. Cold like flares. They tore me apart, butchered me like a duck, they. Search the sky as the ground, tearing at the memories inside itself. As it relives its own death, a network of deep cuts opens on its waxy skin, splashing black ichor on the ground. The cold light within it grows brighter. It pulses up, the thing's thrown into its mouth, forcing its jaw to unhinge like a snake. A burning radiance pours out the spirit's mouth like vomit, splattering to the ground in an ectoplasmic flood of anger and despair. Well, that was nasty. Bo and his men. Yes, we want to find them. Looks, I don't. You can get us past Bo's guards and into the walled city. You can get us past so we can find him. The spirit eyes rolls in its head and it shudders. I had a friend. It squeezes a smuggler of animals. He had a space, hidden secret. You know what, screw it. You deserve your revenge. See those guards? They work for... yes, Spirit, tell me about the secret space. An entrance in the sub-levels. Spirit, a chute, a door, red paint, numbers. 5465. 5465. Thank you, Spirit. The squeeze I shut to 5465. Oh, that was nice. Okay, so I have a door code. A back door code, in fact. Right. you know what? We've done a lot of reading and a lot of talking. Not much action because they love their text. But I'm going to leave it there for episode 2, a little shorter, more manageable. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong, and I hope you join us for episode 3. Until then, chummers, ciao.